Welcome in the next lecture of alcohols, phenols and ethers. Dear students, in the last lecture we have seen the first method of preparation for the ethers. Today we will continue the second method of preparation. In the first method of preparation we have said that two molecules of the alcohol when undergo dehydration at 413 Kelvin they will give the ethers. Generally, we are saying that this method is useful for the preparation of the simple or symmetrical type of the ethers. Now, the second method of preparation, that is from the alkyl halide, and it is also known as Williamson synthesis method. So, this method is also discussed in the last topic, halogen derivative. So, quickly we will take a recap. What happens here? An alkyl halide on reaction with the sodium alkoxide gives the ether, and we will get sodium halide as a byproduct of the reaction. Now this reaction is useful for the preparation of both simple as well as the mixed type of the ethers. Suppose we are having the example of this general reaction. We have methyl bromide as a starting compound. This methyl bromide on reaction with sodium methoxide. Then in this reaction we will have the formation of CH3OCH3, that is dimethyl ether, and NADR, it will be the byproduct of the reaction. So NADR, it is the byproduct of the reaction. Instead of this, if we are taking the example of ethyl bromide and it is having reaction with sodium methoxide, then in that case we will get ethyl methyl ether. So either you can change the alkyl halide or you can change the sodium alkoxide. Depending on the two different type of the alkyl groups, we will get the simple or the mixed type of the ether. Here we have to keep in mind that the mode of the reaction, if it has been considered, again the reaction takes place according to the SN2 reaction mechanism. Here when we are going to talk about the nucleophile, in this case we are saying that the alkoxide ion which is there, it is acting as a nucleophile. ह्या रिएक्शन मध्ये हा जो अल्कोक्साइड आयन तयार झालेला आहे OR, this is the nucleophile. The dissociation of the sodium methoxide, it will take place as Na plus and OCH3 minus, and now this nucleophile is going to attack on the substrate molecule. Suppose we are saying that methyl bromide is the substrate molecule, so it will attack on the back side. So कुठून अटॅक करणार आहे? बॅक साइडनी, आणि प्रोडक्टचं फॉर्मेशन होणार. म्हणजेच ही जी रिएक्शन आहे त्या रिएक्शन मध्ये सोडियम फिनॉक्साइड हा न्यूक्लिओफाइल म्हणून काम करतो. हा पार्ट आपल्याला लक्षात ठेवायचा आहे. दुसरी एक महत्त्वाची गोष्ट या रिएक्शनच्या बाबतीत लक्षात ठेवायची आहे की जेव्हा तुम्हाला असा एखादा इथर तयार करायचा आहे ज्या एका बाजूला प्रायमरी असा अल्काइल ग्रुप जॉइन झालेला आहे आणि दुसऱ्या बाजूला टर्शियरी अल्काइल ग्रुप तुम्हाला जॉइन करायचा आहे. So suppose we have to prepare an ether where we are saying that one is third butyl group, एक आहे तिथे third butyl group, and the another that will be simple. Suppose we will say that C2H5. So the name of this compound, आता ह्या कंपाऊंडचं नाव आपल्याला लिहायचं असेल तर आपण त्याचं नाव लिहिणार टर्ड ब्युटाइल इथाइल इथर. टर्ड ब्युटाइल इथाइल इथर. हा जर तुम्हाला तयार करायचा असेल तर इथे एक महत्त्वाची गोष्ट लक्षात ठेवायची, ती म्हणजे जो अल्काइल हॅलाइड आपण वापरलेला आहे, ऑलवेज द अल्काइल हॅलाइड इट शुड बी द प्रायमरी अल्काइल हॅलाइड. सो इन दिस केस यू आर नॉट एबल टू start the reaction with tert butyl halide. Tert butyl halide वापरून ही रिएक्शन होऊ शकणार नाही. सो इन ऑर्डर टू गेट दिस प्रोडक्ट, आता हा जर प्रोडक्ट तुम्हाला ऑब्टेन करायचा असेल तर तुम्हाला रिएक्शन करावी लागते इथाइल ब्रोमाइडची, आणि इथे जो अल्कोऑक्साइड आहे तो आपण टर्ड ब्युटाइल घेऊ शकतो. सो हिअर वी मे से दॅट द रिॲक्शन ऑफ टर्ड ब्युटाइल ग्रुप विथ दी ONA, that is sodium tert-butoxide, it is the reagent, and ethyl bromide on reaction with sodium tert-butoxide gives the tert-butyl ethyl ether as the final product of the reaction. So this was about the Williamson synthesis. या रिएक्शनचं नाव लक्षात ठेवा. बऱ्याच वेळा आपल्याला 2 मार्कांसाठी प्रश्न येतो. हाऊ विल यू प्रिपेअर diethyl ether and ethyl methyl ether by Williamson synthesis? So in that case you have to choose the correct alkyl halide and that of the sodium alkoxide. So this was all about the second method of preparation. Here we have to keep one more thing in mind, that if we are taking the example of the aryl halides, then the ether with the aryl group, they are not prepared by this method. ह्या मेथडने आपल्याला असे इथर्स तयार करता येणार नाहीत. Now we will see some of the physical properties of the ethers. The first point, that is about the physical state. Here we are saying that dimethyl ether and ethyl methyl ether are only in the gaseous form, whereas the remaining ethers, they are colorless liquids. They are also having a pleasant odor. Second point is, lower ethers are highly volatile and highly inflammable substances. So here we can say that they can catch fire very easily. The third point is about the boiling point, where we have said that the boiling point of the ethers show gradual increase with increase in their molecular weight. One more point it has been written about the boiling point. It has been said that the boiling points, they are similar to the corresponding alkanes. So there is no much difference in their boiling point with the same molecular weight alkanes. Here one interesting point we have to note down, that the ethers, they are considered to be weakly polar molecules. Generally we know that the carbon oxygen bond, it is considered to be a polar bond, but as the dipole moment, it has been seen to be 1.18. It is due to the bond angle between carbon, oxygen and carbon. Here we have said that as the bond angle is 110 degree instead of 180 degree, the molecule is not in the linear way, and hence we are saying that the dipole moment, it has been seen. So these were some of the properties of the ethers. The next point, that is about the hydrogen bonding. We are saying that the hydrogen bonding, it is also seen in case of the ether molecule as like that of the alcohol molecules, and here we are saying that the ethers, they can form hydrogen bonds with water through the ethereal oxygen. So this was all about the physical properties. We will see the chemical properties now. Now we will move to the reactions of the ethers. The reactions of the ethers, they can be subdivided into 4 different parts. The first type of the reactions, they are called as the laboratory tests. The second, reactions involving the alkyl group. The third type, it is reactions involving the carbon-oxygen bond breaking. And the fourth type of the reactions, which are considered to be the reactions electrophilic substitution, which are seen in case of the aryl ethers. So, if we will see those reactions one by one, we can say that the reactions involving the breaking of carbon-oxygen bond, they are 3 different reactions which are important type of the reactions, and the electrophilic substitution reactions in case of the aryl ethers, they are also 3 reactions we have to discuss, that is the halogenation, nitration and Friedel and Crafts reaction. We will see all those reactions one by one. Out of that, the first is the laboratory test. Generally, when we are going to talk about the ethers, we are saying that the ethers are the neutral molecule. We are comparing ethers, alcohols, as well as phenols and the alkanes. So, when the comparison between all of them it has been done, generally we have said that the alcohols, they are very weak type of the acids. They give only reactions with the sodium metal. They will not give any reaction with the alkalis. But the phenols, they are weakly acidic in nature, and hence they are going to have the reaction with strong base as well as the metals, and we are saying them as the weakly acidic type of the compound. In that comparison, if we are going to consider the ethers are also neutral molecule, but they are not as that much neutral as that of the hydrocarbon or the alkanes. Here what is the difference? When we are having reaction of any alkane with the acid, then they are not having any kind of the reaction. मग हायड्रोकार्बन आहे किंवा इथर आहे हे जर आपल्याला लॅबमध्ये चेक करायचं असेल तर आपण सल्फ्युरिक ॲसिड सोबत त्यांची रिॲक्शन करून बघतो. The ethers, if they are having reaction with the sulfuric acid, then they are going to dissolve into the sulfuric acid, and we are having the formation of the hydrogenated ether takes place, or we may say that the sulfuric acid will get dissociated as H plus and HSO4 minus, where that oxonium ion it has been separated, and formation of the oxonium salt, it is going to differ the ethers from that of the hydrocarbons. This was about the laboratory test. Now we will go to the next part, that is the reactions which are going to involve the alkyl group. Now what is this reaction? Here we are saying that this is considered to be the reaction of the ether with the atmospheric oxygen. When the ether it is prolonged coming in contact with the air or that of the oxygen, it gets converted into a peroxide. How this reaction is going to take place? We will take the general reaction ROR dash on reaction with oxygen which is present in the air, but it will take much more time. So we can say that this is the prolonged contact with the air, where we are saying that the oxygen of this air, it get combined with the alkyl group, and we are having the formation of COOH group, and we will say that such type of the peroxide it has been formed. For example, we will take the example of diethyl ether. If आपण example घेऊया diethyl ether. In this case of diethyl ether, now if it is coming in contact with the oxygen for a longer time period, it gets converted into its peroxide. How this peroxide has been formed? Here we are saying that this CH3CHOOH remaining here, OOH, O C2H5, the peroxide it has been formed. So whatever the peroxide of the ether it has been formed, it is considered, or conversion of the ether into peroxide, it is very undesirable reaction, because the peroxides they are dangerous for the environmental concern, and hence we are saying that the ethers they should not be kept in contact with the oxygen or air, so they should be tightly kept into the bottles where there is no contact with the oxygen or the air. So this was about the second reaction, which is considered to be conversion of the ethers into their peroxide. Now we have to see the remaining reactions, that is reactions which are going to involve the breaking of the carbon oxygen bond, and we have to see the electrophilic reactions. We will see those reactions later on. Till then, thank you.